Hello there, everybody. I'm glad that you've made it here today. Oh, wow. Lots of people been sitting on me here. We had a little bit of a technical glitch, but glad to be here and we're live. And when we Zoom, you boom. So again, glad to be here tonight. And I'm here to introduce something to you that you have probably never heard of before. And because you haven't heard of it, I can also state that this was probably going to be the best value that you've ever spent looking at a Zoom or a webinar, to go back to an old word, because this program is absolutely phenomenal. And we know a lot of people like to be involved in a lot of different things. So Crossfire IQ has brought to the table, to the forefront, if you will, a suite of different products and services that are unique and dynamic in their own special way. And as I get into this here, you're going to understand why, and it's going to make more and more sense to you. But some of the things that I look at when I'm taking a look at something is these different qualities and aspects here. This is how I do my own evaluation. Can the products or services that I'm offering stand on their own merits without the benefit of a compensation plan? In other words, are people only going to buy it because there's money involved? Or can it stand on its own without that? Um, am I also going to have to change somebody's habits in order to be able to use it? You know, if I were offering a lotion, potion, powder, or pill, for example, I've got to change their entire mindset. I've got to change the way that they do their daily routines. We're all creatures of habit after all. And will the end user of the product or service I'm offering benefit more than what I might make in compensation myself? Because I want to give people more value. And when I do that, when you do that, then you're obviously going to sleep a lot better at night because you know you help people. And do I still have the freedom to choose when and how I work so that I can make a lot of money on my own terms and still enjoy all aspects of my life as well? Is it going to occupy too much of my time? And is the system that's in place duplicatable? Can other people do it? And one of the big things is there residual income involved? I'm all about creating residual income streams. And that's the one thing about the wealthy that you need to understand. If they have issues with finances, they don't go looking for another job. They go looking for other streams of income. And it's all about leverage, and it's all about residual income. And is the company leader or company leaders committed to my success? Are they good coaches? They want to help me win. And in order to disrupt any kind of industry, does the product or service fill a need? And if it does, then you can disrupt an industry. And that's some of the things that I evaluate personally. And maybe you have a totally different system, but these are the things that I've found that are important to me personally. And so wanted to again invite you here to dive into this and encourage you at the same time to take some notes. My name is Hadley Starkey, and I am your host. I'm the Dun and Bradstreet report on me is that I'm a former Air Force uh, person, and now I'm a veteran today. I did my 4 years and decided to get out because I wanted to become an entrepreneur. And the first real thing that I did as an entrepreneur was I started my own bodyguard service. And over the last 40 years, I've had the privilege to work and get to know and can call 350 different celebrities, entertainers, or athletes friends of mine, people I talk to several times a year. And then I've kind of had a career odyssey, if you will. I've been a business owner multiple times. I've been in direct sales. I'm a hyper entrepreneur. I caddied on the PGA Tour for a guy that wasn't well known at the time from 82 to 85 named Mark O'Meara, who later won the British Open and the Masters in 1998. I wasn't with him then, but the friendship still goes on today. So I'm your host for this, and I hope that you find that this is a wealth of information for you. And to get into the leadership side of the company, I'm going to introduce you to two people. Now, they're not live on the call here, but it helps you to know who they are. The first one is Bill Hoffman. And Bill Hoffman has been in direct sales, built huge organizations of people over the years uh, in some other great network marketing companies. He's an iconic direct sales coach, but he's also a dynamic leader, and he loves helping people, and he wants to see people win. So, you got to have winners to make winners, and you have to have successful people that know how, but also want to see the best for you. And that's certainly uh, Bill Hoffman's mantra is he likes helping people. But so does his partner, Jeremy Monty. And when I took a close look at this company and what they were offering, the biggest thing for me, having a bad taste from something else that I peered into for a time, was this Jeremy Monty fellow is a Juris Doctorate. And he also worked in the Supreme Court as an executive assistant. So for him and to edify him, he's all about compliance and making sure that the company is towing the line. And he came from that and merged with Bill, and they created a couple of different systems and programs in the past, but they've outdone themselves this time with Crossfire IQ. And I hope that you'll see that and get on some of the stuff that they do, because then you'll hear their hearts and understand that you've made the right choice at the right time in history to be a part of Crossfire IQ. We hope that's what you will ultimately get out of this presentation. And so I may stop a few times for a quick pause to take a drink of water because I'm getting hoarse and starting to lose my voice a little bit. But Crossfire IQ offers a huge suite of different products and services. And for the sake of our presentation here tonight and to put a value on your time spent, I'm going to highlight four of the biggest ones that really interest me, and I know that they will interest you. The first one, though, is really where the company got started, and that is merchant services. Yeah, I know merchant services sometimes has a bad taste in people's mouths, but I got to tell you something. When you're looking at it as a CEO and you're looking at it from an income standpoint, the residual income in merchant services is staggering. And then there's Zen Delivery. We all know about the big three that are out there. Zen Delivery on its own merits is disrupting the food delivery service industry, and then we're going to go into that. But then there's also the employee benefit side of things that I'm going to talk about tonight, which is another one, which is really the glue and the company's flagship product. And then we're going to talk about energy saving opportunities. But all of these products and services, excuse me, are not in competition with anybody else, unless you're looking at the merchant services side. But there's no competition for the Zen Delivery because of the way we're disrupting it. There's no comparison to the employee benefit side because nobody's doing it the exact same way we are. And then the energy services products, those are unique and dynamic on their own, save a lot of people on their electric bills. But with any business opportunity or any business for that matter, the attorneys want you to file this disclaimer, and so does our great guy in Mr. Jeremy Monty. And you agree as a part of your receiving this information here in this presentation that the host, that would be yours truly, conducting this company overview, have not, will not make any or made any claims or guarantees about the results of taking any action, whether recommended in the overview or not. This presentation provides educational and informational resources that are intended to help the viewers of this presentation to succeed in their own independently operated businesses and otherwise. You, nevertheless, hereby recognize that your ultimate success or failure will be the result of your own efforts and your particular situation, and the other innumerable circumstances beyond the control and or knowledge of the company. You also recognize that prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Thus, the results obtained by others, whether clients or customers of the company or otherwise, applying the principles set out in this presentation are no guarantee that you or any other person or entity will be able to obtain similar results. And finally, let it be made crystal clear, Crossfire IQ is in and of itself a totally different business model than that of another company some others may have been a participant in. In other words, there's no stock, there are no tokens, there's no ownership coming from Crossfire IQ. However, should you choose, you can become an independent brand partner herein. So having said that, let's have some fun. And I mean that. Let's have some fun. Because here's the deal. We're here to help you change your own financial trajectory forever. And Crossfire IQ offers world-class products and services with epic cost reductions and savings for businesses and people alike. The simple system that we have is this. You don't have to be a salesperson, but you can find and will need to find potential prospects. You nurture and coddle them. And when and if those you have piqued their solid interest in what you're going to offer, then you can turn them over to the company and a team representative will close the deal for you if you so desire. So that's real easy. You find the lead, you coddle them, you talk to them about it. Yes, I'm interested. Okay, great. Name, address, city, state, phone number, boom, turn it over to the company. They'll close it and you'll still get paid as if you did it yourself. The company will do all the heavy lifting for you. Isn't that a beautiful thing? I like it. Well, the company got started in the merchant services industry. And like I said, Bill Hoffman's been doing merchant services as I have. He's been doing it for 30 years. I've been doing it since 1982, 40 plus years. And with the merchant services, when you offer this product and service and businesses take advantage of it, guess what? You earn money on every single credit card transaction. It doesn't matter if it's out in the middle where Dorothy is out there in Kansas, or it's from Seattle or Florida, wherever the company does their business, you get paid on every single transaction and you get paid a percentage of that. And the more and more you have, the more and more residual income you're going to earn. Let me talk about residual income for a second, because again, as Bill will tell you, it's the eighth wonder of the world. And in the eighth wonder of the world, when you're setting up yourself for multiple income streams, residual income, friends, is not a 9 to 5. It's doing something one time and it's getting paid on it over and over and over again. Like, I've set up merchants and talked to them for 20, 30 minutes, sent them an application, got it all filled out, sent back the application with signatures on it. The bank approved it. They start processing. And I may not talk to those people ever again. And I've got clients on the book that I started with in 1982, a restaurant in Cincinnati. So that's what it's about, long-term, true residual income. And then they also offer crypto processing, which is another thing altogether, but that's where the world is leaning. So this is where Crossfire got its start. They brought it into the company. The other thing that they're going to do is they're disrupting food delivery. And food delivery today, most people know the big three: DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and so on. Well, to give you an example of that, DoorDash has 80 million downloads of their app. But you're going to go in and talk to a business owner and you're going to ask them to switch over to self-delivery. And then they're going to employ our network of drivers. You see, right now, a restaurant owner, if you order $40 in food, the restaurant, for simple numbers, is being charged and has to pay $14 of that to the big three. What a ripoff. 14 bucks. Well, guess who they pass that on to? You. That's not really fair. But people are doing it 2 to 3 times a week. But you become a delivery reduction specialist. And you become one of our marketing partners, and you're able to offer not only the merchant services, but also the Zen delivery. Now, this is really what intrigued me the most initially about Crossfire IQ, because I looked at it in the same light as merchant services, because I started with brick and mortar businesses back in 1982. Brick and mortar meaning restaurants, auto repair, and the like, dry cleaning services, you name it. And you set up those companies, you're getting a small percentage of that. Maybe you're getting a 15 cents or 20 cents on every single transaction, but that adds up. But in 1990, or excuse me, in 2000, when things started switching from offline to online with e-commerce, that calls for a different type of bank application. Those are high risk companies today in e-commerce. Many of them are like pharmaceuticals, nutraceuticals, MLM companies, high risk. And depending on the product, maybe there's kratom and CDB or CBD. Those are considered high risk niches. Well, you can get into that too, but it requires some different agreements. But again, you get paid on every transaction, but there's more profit in high risk than there is in just every brick and mortar like a restaurant or auto repair. But with Zen Delivery, there's two different programs that we offer under Zen. And today, the first one offer is Zen Direct, where you're going to go into a restaurant that might not be doing delivery today with anybody. There's 600,000 restaurants in the US today that do not do delivery. Or then we have another program, offer number 2 is Zen DOS, and that's delivery as a service. Now they maintain their relationships with the big 3, but they tell the big 3 now that they are going to switch over their services from Zen, from the big 3 getting their driver networks to rolling over to Zen Delivery and our network of drivers that are throughout 4,000 US cities. And so I'm going to get into what those fees are. Under Zen Direct, where you sign up a restaurant that doesn't offer delivery, now what they're going to like about it, what will get them into you ultimately is the flat fee offer. So the average order today is not $40, but it's now gone to $50. And again, people are doing this 2 to 3 times a week. They pay a flat fee on that $50 order up to $50, whether it's 20, 25, or 50, they only pay $2, not 14. So already they're very interested. On $50 to $100 in order, they pay a flat fee of $3. And on $100 or more, they're paying a flat fee of just $4 for that delivery. Well, imagine having your Super Bowl party and you have a $2,000 order. Well, you don't want to pay for 30% or 40% on that. Well, if there's Zen Delivery, then they only pay $4, even if it's a $2,000 order. So that's Zen Direct. That's offer number 1. And how do you present this to restaurants? You simply go into the restaurant and you wave a magic wand in front of them. And I hand it to them. If there was one thing that you could change about your delivery, Mr. Restaurant owner, bada boom, bada bing, what would it be? Well, what do you think 99% of them say? They want to reduce the fees. See, that's your job as a CEO or president of a company. You and your CFO are always looking for ways to save a buck. And now if they're paying 40% or 20 to 30% on orders, now you're going to reduce that percentage down to as little as 10 to 15% or 10 to 12%. So again, other third-party delivery companies are offering, 40%. Under Zendos, you reduce that from 40% or 30% down to just as little as 8%, but average is 12%. So is that a savings? You bet it is. Now, they're not going to see any difference in the way they do business, except that they're going to go through our designated driver network. The other great thing about the Zen Delivery product is this. With Zen Delivery, you get paid on these orders into perpetuity. So as soon as you sign them up and they get enrolled and they're starting, you start to earn commissions on every single one of the takeout orders or deliveries. On the Zen Direct orders, again, that's 600,000 restaurants out there that don't offer delivery services. They're going to get paid 55 cents for every delivery. On Zen DOS, that changes them from the big 3 to self-delivery. Now you're going to get paid 33 cents on every delivery. So that goes in concert with the merchant services that you get paid on every single delivery, whether they come in and pick it up or they have it delivered, as long as they went through the Zen Delivery app, and you get paid on that into perpetuity, residual income, streams. So now you've got two with merchant services and now with the Zen Delivery. So we're disrupting the food industry. Well, what do those commissions look like? Under Zen DOS, where you get 33 cents on every delivery order or pickup on 80 orders a day, that's $26.40. If they do 5,000, maybe you pick up a chain. We just had a guy that picked up a nationwide barbecue chain. They do 5,000 deliveries a day. So he's making 33 cents per transaction, or $1,650 average per day for something he did one time. So if this doesn't get you excited about leaving your job, I don't know what does. So on Zen DOS, a month now you're earning $792, call it 800. At 150 deliveries a day average, that's $1,500. On 500, that's 5,000, and on 5,000 orders, that's 50,000 a month. Zen Direct, 55 cents of every order. Now you're making $44 a day. If it's 150 deliveries, now you're making $82.50. Are you getting a picture of this? 500 orders average on a month at 55 cents, that's $8,250. I think you could live pretty comfortably on that. I think you would start to have time freedom. I would think that you wouldn't have a regular job anymore. Now, what's also significant here, friends, is that Zen Delivery also helps restaurants design and develop ADA compliant websites. These come with rich features that can earn you additional commissions and residual income, again, paid into perpetuity. And some of these charges that we put on them fall into recurring categories. For example, if they don't have an ADA compliant website, what's ADA? Americans with Disabilities Act. And under the Americans with Disability Act, there's people out there today that are looking for businesses, companies, and restaurants alike that don't have ADA compliant websites, which means help the blind or help the people that are deaf. Well, we can develop that website for them at a third or less than a third of what it would cost them to have it done on the streets. Well, those items are commissionable. And if they bill them on a monthly basis, you get residual income based on that monthly fee. But they want the deliveries. That's the bottom line. But I wanted to make sure that you knew about it. Well, now let's get into our flagship product. And friends, this product is huge. It gives me goosebumps. It's life-changing. With Zen Delivery and Zen DOS, that's good residual income. That's staggering. But this part that I'm going to explain to you now is definitely life-changing, and it's obscene. You talk about not having to sell. Well, how about going to a business now and say, I bring gifts. I'm going to offer you something today with no money out of pocket that's going to help your employees and help your company. It's going to significantly increase the value of your company. What have you done to increase the value of your company? Not nothing. That's what most of them will tell you. But you're awarding them $2,000 in federal tax credits. By being a part of Crossfire IQ, now you have the authority vested in you to award $2,000 of the government's money to each company. And from that $2,000 that you award them, the business owner is going to be able to keep $500 per employee. So who's happy? That's a win-win-win for everybody. A win for the company, a win for the employees, and a win for you. And again, they get more use value out of this product and service than what you or I make in compensation. That's the beauty of this, helping others. And then you get paid significant, obscene money. So let's talk about that. It went the wrong way. But what this program is that gets them the $2,000 tax credit is what we call the Preventive Health Initiative. And let me just talk about this because maybe you heard way back when that there was a program offered post-COVID that came about in 2020, actually, called the ERC, the Employer Retention Credit. That meant if the company kept their doors open and kept people employed through COVID, that they got paid for it because maybe they had to shut down for a time. But some of them kept their doors open. Well, if you heard about it, then you heard about it ad nauseum. But that has gone by the wayside. It's now done because too many companies became creative and fraudulently filed claims for employees they did not have. But in that same language is this preventive health initiative that 99% of the US missed. They didn't even know it's there because they didn't look at it as putting money in their pocket. Because with the ERC, companies got as much as $26,500 per employee. But this program, the Preventive Health Initiative, both Democrats and Republicans and independents are staggeringly excited about PHI because now PHI puts people back to work. That's why they're happy. It increases the gross domestic product, GDP, of the United States. And people will come back to work and come into office to be able to take advantage of the benefits that are included in this health initiative. And from this, the employers can keep $500 to $600 per employee off of their annual FICA taxes. One of the people I went to before the end of the last year was a friend of mine who had a business with 43 people in it. I said, hey, would you like to save $20,000 this month that you wouldn't have to send to Uncle Sam? I'm sure you know better what to do with $500 per employee than what Uncle Sam does, right? He goes, yeah, you're darn right. So again, something I did one time. So to get into the benefits of it, again, this is the Preventive Health Initiative. And when you think about this, don't look at what's on here right now. Just listen to me. Because businesses today, business owners, their biggest worry every single night that keeps them awake at night, no less, is who's going to show up to work the next day. They're scared that one of their leaders might not be there and they'll have to step in and do stuff. This service, this product is better than any free lunches companies might offer. It's better than a 401k match that they might offer. It's better than a gymnasium membership. It's better than any free lunch. It trumps everything because of what it does for the employer to keep people at work and the employee to keep them happy and healthy. Because one of the biggest benefits they get is a supplemental whole life insurance policy with cash accumulation and living benefits of $40,000 to $60,000 per employee. Now, if you've looked into getting life insurance for yourself, you know that it costs money and it costs a lot of money. But with the PHI program, they get it as a benefit that doesn't cost them any money out of pocket. They don't miss any money out of their paycheck getting and receiving these benefits. But in addition to the whole life insurance policy, that accumulates monthly. So with every pay period, they're seeing more money go into that death benefit and to the insurance benefit. And when they see that, they don't want to leave the company, because if they leave the company, they lose those benefits. But under the comprehensive health wellness side of it, they get annual health assessment at no cost to them. Plus, they get a score for that health assessment that helps determine where they need fixing. But they get 24/7 health help 365 days a year. So if they've got a cough or a cold and they might need some help, they maybe have some other symptoms they don't recognize, they can call and talk to a doctor that specializes in that area of sickness. But these health benefits, not the whole life, but the health benefits also are available and given to your spouse or significant other, as long as they live in your house. It also covers any kids up to age 26 still living at home. But guess what? If you have another room in your house that you might be renting out, or perhaps giving to a family member, or maybe it's somebody that you're renting the room to from off the street that you didn't know, they still get all of these benefits that I'm about to explain to you, with the exception of the life insurance side. That is solely for the employee only. So as I said, 24/7, 365 telehealth. They get remote fitness sessions. No, they're not going to go to work out for you. You've got to do that. I saw somebody the other day. In fact, I couldn't believe it. They actually put a Pringles can in the drink holder on their treadmill. Couldn't believe it. So they get remote fitness sections. They tell you how to do a proper workout and what exercises are best for you at your age. You also get marriage counseling. That's a big one today. And again, unlimited access for an unlimited number of topics and health concerns. But think about it, if you were just one and done with marriage counseling, that wouldn't be a big help. But now you can call once a week for the entire year. You can have 52 sessions. This also covers kids, as I said. So when you're looking at 24/7, 365 telemedicine, now if one of the kids gets sick, now you can have the wife or you call if you're a single parent and talk to a doctor that can help your child's problem. And they can also scratch out a prescription for you. And then you're going to get a discount on your prescriptions, and not just any old generic stuff, but they actually give you health discounts on over 400 of the most popular prescription drugs out there. Huge benefit. Well, you also get personal wellness coaching. They'll give you a workout program to do for your statistics and your issues to help you maybe lose weight or gain muscle, as an example. But you also get help with outlining a diet that you can stick by. Me personally, I'm doing the carnivore diet, which is strictly carbs, no fat, no carbs, excuse me, strictly meat, no carbs. That's been a big help for me. Took me from being diabetic to now I'm close to getting rid of some of my medications. But then you also get virtual veterinary care. So this helps with your pets at home. So whether you have one dog or 10 cats or 10 dogs and one cat, whatever your combination of pets are, your pets are covered by this veterinary health area, and you can call into the doctor, explain the symptoms and whatnot, and then again they can scratch out a prescription for your pet's issues and you can get those taken care of instead of going and spending $900 with the veterinarian and they tell you the same thing that could have been done over the phone. Let me get a drink. So you also get substance abuse help and counseling. You also get travel discounts on rental cars, airfares, cruises, you name it. Well, how does that relate to health? Because it relates to your mental health. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And again, that's why this gets such huge partisan support from Democrats, Republicans, and independents alike, because this keeps people at work. This keeps people happy and healthy. This keeps the cost of Medicare and medical insurance down, excuse me, for the employer. So again, it's a win-win-win for everybody. Now let's talk about you, because what's in it for you as one of our brand partners? Uh, I was jumping ahead of myself, but here's an example for those of you that are bean counters, CFOs, what have you. This is an idea of what the deductions look like and what the program looks like, mathematically speaking, getting those $500 per employee back in your pocket. And I'll leave this here for a second so you can look at it or take a screenshot of it, or you can come back and listen to a future replay of this. But here it is. It's huge. So let's talk about you for a second now and the compensation. What's in it for you? Again, you're giving this tax benefit, tax credit to these employers at no cost to the employer and no cost to the employee. This is no money out of pocket for you. We can't really say I bring gifts anymore, so I should have deleted that, but it's here. But I'll give you that disclaimer. And for doing so, let's say we're in the middle of the month here for a moment, and you're going to work this program and they get enrolled and they get started on the first of the month. That's when everything kicks off, is the first of the month. There's no health insurance window to do this. It can be done any time of the year, but it kicks off with the first of the next month for you. And when that happens, you're going to earn $75 per employee. Now, if you've been sitting on the end of your chair wondering about this thing all the way through, but now you're going to start to earn $75 per employee. Now you're starting to sit back in your chair a little bit and you're saying, oh my gosh. And now you're starting to realize that there's an opportunity out there today that cares more about you, where now you can change your entire legacy and your entire financial trajectory with just this product alone. Well, after enrollment completes, 6 months later, you're going to call the company and you're going to say, hey, Robert, we got you enrolled in the PHI program, PHI, and you've had it for 6 months. And I'm sure you're going to tell me the same thing everybody else does, that it's great and your employees love it and you love it because of what it does. And your retention rates have gone through the roof. Plus, I think you'll agree with me, Roger, that as a part of my service in doing this, I've also increased the value of your company overnight. As soon as this kicked in for your company, you're able to say that your company is worth this now because you're receiving $2,000 per year per employee on into perpetuity. You can't win any better than that. You can't win any bigger than that. So are they going to love you? Absolutely. Well, now when you've done that and you've reported that to the company, guess what? The company is going to give you another $25 per employee. That's why I say that this is obscene. Well, if you decide to maximize the compensation plan and you bring people into the company and they go out and they get a company enrolled, yes, they make $100 per employee, but on that $75 they get per employee, you get $25 per employee. Isn't that great? Well, what if your friend that signed up that company brings somebody else into the company and they become a brand partner and an agent and they go out and sell a company? Well, the person that you brought to the company to begin with, they get $25 in override, but you also get $25 in an override. So we call that getting paid into different levels. And in this case, it's 3 levels deep. But you get paid that into perpetuity. Why into perpetuity? I'm going to tell you that in a second. But this is how you develop life is better in flip-flops, as I put down here, and you can live the laptop lifestyle. But let me just tell you, it's not all roses and it's not all green. Why? Because first you have to sit in this chair. You have to sit in this chair and you have to create and coddle the leads and you have to bring them to the table. But once you do that, then the company's going to do all the heavy lifting for you. So there is some time that you have to spend in the chair, and you can do it from the beach. You can do it from overseas. You can do it from anywhere in the world and get companies started and point them to the CFO, and you can earn money for that. You're not tied to being at home doing it. It's a home-based business, but you're not homebound. Now, again, residual income. You do something one time and you get paid for it over and over and over again. Well, guess what, friends? Starting on the 13th month, you're going to start to earn an additional $1 per employee in overrides and residual income. God and the world are conspiring to do us good. That's what this says. Now, to get a company enrolled in the beginning, there's no requirement for you to have any license. There's no license requirements. You can do those all day long. However, when it comes to receiving this residual income, again, after the 13th month, prior to that, you need to sit down in a classroom. Maybe they have an online class, but you need to get the life and health insurance license. And once you do that, you're going to start to receive $1 in residual income per employee. Now, we don't make income claims here, like I said before, with a disclaimer, but I'm going to tell you that one of the first things that happened when we introduced this program, nobody else is talking about it, by the way. There's no other company offering this product in this exact way. There's one, but they have a limit of 200 people, 200 employees. This doesn't have any limits to it. And unlike the ERC and the SETC, which are now defunct and gone by the wayside, this has the bipartisan support and it's not going anywhere. It's not going to be here today and gone tomorrow. Too many people like it. It does too much for the country. So again, to receive that dollar residual income, you've got to get the health and life insurance license, and you've got to send a copy of that to the company. But on 100 employees, that's $100. That's beautiful. We just had somebody that just enrolled a company that had 117,000 employees. 117,000. I think you can do the math. That's $117,000 a month starting on the 13th month. It's $12 million right now. He's set. His family's set. And now he can get his picture above the mantle on the fireplace because he's leaving a legacy. He doesn't have a regular job. But then there's a great lady out there too that just finished enrolling a company with 80,000 employees. So if you have relationships and friends that you know that own businesses, the qualification for enrolling those companies is they have to have a minimum of 10 employees that are all earning $25,000 a year or more. And then for the employees to continue their eligibility, they have to use any one of the services up to 4 times in a year. So if the employee calls in with a sickness, maybe he's feeling sick or she, that's used to one time. Maybe one of the kids gets sick and they call in, that's another time. Maybe they have marriage issues or substance abuse and they call in to get counseling for that. That's another 3 and 4 times they've used the program in 1 year. So they're qualified to go into the next year getting the same accumulative benefits and health benefits. Well, if they haven't done that, then the company also offers about 125 different videos on maintaining good health that are all about 8 to 15 minutes each. They have to complete an hour's worth of online video training, and it's all monitored by the insurance company. Now, what makes these benefits a benefit to you is the health insurance benefit, the life insurance benefit, and the pet insurance, virtual pet insurance. Those are commissionable products built within the program. The PHI program in and of itself offered by the government does not offer life insurance, and it doesn't offer pet insurance. Those are value add-on services that we put in the program to make this a big value for us and for you and to help people. That's the bottom line. We're in business to help people, and we're here to help you win, and we're here to help employees and employers win. So when you do that, you're going to earn all this money. So now, new levels, new devils, you need to figure out what to do with it and what are some of your goals. Well, looking at the income potential here again, on PHI, if you have just 50 employees, at $75, that's $3,750. It might only take you 8 days to get a company enrolled, but by the 15th of the next month, you're going to earn that $3,750. And after 6 months, you're going to get an additional $1,250. And then you're going to have a $5,000 total income on just one company with 50 employees. But what if it's 1,500 employees? Now you get a upfront fee of $112,000. 6 months later, you get an additional $37,000. In total, you will have earned $150,000 on one company with 1,500 employees. And then you start to earn $1,500 a month after the 13th month in residual income on just that company. I would venture to say that probably pays the mortgage on your house or your payment for a rental of an apartment. But now you can think about living in a new home, driving a new car, and traveling the world. 5,000 employees nets you $500,000 and $5,000 a month in residual income. So again, I said it before and I'll say it again because it's worth repeating. Jeremy and Bill have put together not just a shiny object, but an object and a program that can change your financial trajectory forever. It gives me goosebumps. I'm excited about the people that I'm helping, and just keep in mind that the person that invited you today realizes that you can do more than what you've realized for yourself. So it's literally an obscene opportunity. So how do you get involved? Well, you can get involved for absolutely nothing, zero. You can become an affiliate with Crossfire IQ, and you can go out and sell all day long. No cost to you to be involved in the company. You'll get a replicated website. You'll get a back office dashboard, and it's free, and you get the commissions just like I explained. But if you really want to maximize the compensation plan, then what you do is you add the word leverage to your repertoire, and you start to bring other people in who haven't been able to fulfill their aspirations and dreams, and you help them become a team member with you. And when you do that, now you become an agent and a brand partner of Crossfire IQ, CFIQ for short. Well, you have a monthly endowment, monthly cost, a purchase that you're going to make of $100. That's a monthly recurring charge. It's the cost of doing business. And for that, you're eligible to earn not only commissions on your personal sales, but those of your teammates and other people that they bring in. And on some of the programs, as many as 5 levels deep, and on others into infinity, because they've attached a binary program to this to help you succeed even more. But among the other benefits that you get for your $100, it's a write-off, first of all, because it's a business expense. You get your own virtual card. You get involved with Chat GPT, which is huge today. You get discounted business services, like if you want to incorporate yourself, they offer discounts for that. And then we offer cash back in the travel portal on airfare, hotels, rental cars, cruises, you name it, however you want to travel. And then they have, and this is a Jeremy and Bill thing, because again, this is another thing that helped me become enamored with Crossfire IQ. They care about you and they care about me. And if you invest in the personalized business portal, investment portal, they're going to go out and they're going to make investments in different products and services and other companies. Like right now, they're invested in the A&W restaurants that are coming back. That's an example. But if you put $300 into that program today, and you're still with us 6 months later, the company is going to give you $300. They're going to match that. For every 6 months, they're going to continue to match that 6, 12, 18, and so on. So that's a great thing. Plus, you also get a $10 restaurant delivery coupon. Well, when I said that, big deal, because when I'm closing all these businesses and I'm making $8 million, $10 million a month, then I'm going to be somewhere else and have opened up the orphanage that I have. That's a goal of mine, to open an orphanage, whether in the Philippines or Thailand or someplace. That $10 restaurant coupon isn't going to mean anything to me, but I'll donate it and give it to somebody who might need it. So those are some of the monthly benefits that you get. So I hope that this has been a great investment of your time, and that it's the best thing that you've ever seen. And it's not just some shiny new object. It's here to stay. They're here to win. They care about you. So my instructions to you are now to get with the individual who invited you to see this great information, and to learn more about the necessary action steps that you need to take right now to get started on your own financial future. And with that, friends, I'll see you at the top. On behalf of Crossfire IQ, I want to thank you for listening to me today, to babble on. But hopefully you've learned something tonight, today, what have you, and it will change your life forever and help you to change the lives of other people as well. So with that, I'm going to say good day and stay amazing, and bye for now.